I've been involved in two aspects of the environmental impacts of trawl fishing, and that really has been my involvement with the RFA. If I can speak about those two in turn. The first of those is the impact of trawl fishing on the seabed. And firstly, we need to find out more or less what the impact of trawl fishing is on the seabed. We know from instances overseas that there are documented cases of the trawl nets causing extensive damage to certain types of seabed communities. But of course, we had no idea what was happening in South Africa, and specifically with the hake trawl fishery. So our first task, which we worked through with the RFA, was to try to come up with some kind of plan to establish what the impact of hake trawl fishing is on the seabed itself. And that's now a program that's been running for well, it's in its fourth year now, through which we have full cooperation of the trawl industry. They have agreed not to trawl in certain lanes, and we are documenting the recovery of marine life in certain trawl lanes on the west coast, more or less off of Port Nolloth. And we don't have conclusive answers yet, but it's been a very, very interesting program, and we've learned a huge amount about what's going on the seafloor. This involves a number of organizations. Apart from UCT, it's the trawling industry, it's SAON, it's DAF itself, and also SANBI have been involved in this big collaborative project. The second part of the impacts on the seabeds is around mitigation, and how can we prevent this or somehow mitigate the damage. And this is revolved around trying to find areas which we can close to trawl fishing, and firstly areas that are representative of habitat types that might be threatened, and secondly areas that are not that important to the fishing industry. So it's a bit of a compromise, a bit of a give and take, and a lot of discussions happened around this table to sort of fine-tune some of the areas. That was several years back. It's now gone into a big proposal called the Paquita Mpa Proposal, which is out for public comment. So, and that more or less started off with discussions around the RFA table.